Welcome back to Tiny Apartment Brewing. Today I'm going to be making an oatmeal stout. And it does have oatmeal in it. It gives it a rich, full mouthfeel, and it also means that you're going to have it for breakfast. I'm going to put the recipe down here somewhere, if YouTube will ever let me do that. Alrighty, my water is heating, my grains are all ground, and I'll stick a picture of my ingredients up here somewhere for you to view if you want to try making this recipe. Okay, my water is at 165. I'm going to take it off the heat. Try not to burn myself on anything. First thing I'm going to add is my malt extract. I've taken it off the heat so that I can stir this in. You don't want it to be on the heat with this because it will scorch to the bottom. It's a very sugary substance. And you'll ruin your beer and you'll ruin your pan. I'm using that nice hot water to soften the extract up so I can get all of it out there. It can fulfill its destiny and become beer. Looks like a good level. I got it right now. Past couple of beers I've made, I've been kind of short and only got a half a gallon. This one looks like I've nailed it a little bit better. All of that out. Have that out of my way and thoroughly stir this up because it will sit on the bottom of this pan because it's so thick. Ooh, that smells good. Alright, I think I'm good here. I don't feel anything on the bottom of the pan. I'm not getting any up on my spoon. So, set you aside. Stick you back in to monitor the temperature. All of my crushed grains in here. Alright, and my temperature now is at 152. If it drops a little bit, I'll put a little bit of heat on it and heat it back up again. I almost forgot to set my timer for 30 minutes, so I'm just going to let that steep for 30 minutes. Okay, it's been a half an hour. My grains are nicely steeped. My wort is really good and dark. It looks good. And I'm just going to let these grains drain for a while I start to heat up my wort. Alright, let's see. Go on you to high to get you going, and I'll come on back when we got a nice boil going on. Unfortunately, I don't have a homebrew handy, so I'm just going to drink some of my favorite commercial beer, Sierra Nevada Torpedo. Because you have to have a beer while you're homebrewing. You're supposed to have your last batch, but I forgot to put it in the refrigerator. Alright, I've got my boil going now. I'll set the timer for 60 minutes, and I'm just going to sit and watch it boil for 60 minutes. Okay, you can't see him, but my assistant brewer Colby is in the kitchen helping me out here with this. Alright, I've just finished my boil. I've got it in the sink. I'm going to proceed to cool it off so I can make it ready for pitching. Pour a little sanitizer on these ice packs so that they won't contaminate my brew. Alright. And we'll just spend the next few minutes cooling it off, and then we'll pitch the yeast. Alright, I haven't had a whole lot of success with it, with this method of measuring specific gravity. It seems to read a lot higher than my hydrometer does. But I'm going to check it now, and this says 1052. So I'm going to see what I get with my hydrometer afterwards. See how close it is. Maybe I can get some kind of a calibration factor for this refractometer, which is supposedly just a quick way of measuring the specific gravity. It measures the sugars, actually, which is, effectively the specific gravity, yes. Okay, I finished cooling off my work here, and I whirled it a little bit to try to get the tube to stabilize and form a cone in the center so I won't get it when I start my siphon. And I'm going to rack it off into my fermenting bucket. Man, there we go. You get down there. You get down there. Oh, that's a lovely color. And as always, I made a mess. As always, put your cookie sheet down, because somebody won't be happy if you get beer all over the floor or all over the cabinets like I just did. Put this out of the way so I don't knock it over. Aerate nicely. Alright, unlike my previous brews, it appears I have pretty darn near a gallon here, so I'm happy. I've made a little adjustment. So, this looks good. Let's see, what do we have here? We had 1052 with the spectrometer, and this is 1048. 1048. Correction for temperature probably 1049 or 1050, so my spectrometer is reading just a little bit high. And seeing as to how I sanitize this, it can go right back in. That's a half a glass of beer right there. Alright, my yeast is very, very happy. I will stick a picture in here somewhere of that happy yeast. And I'll pitch the yeast and put this into my storage unit, and we'll see you in about a week. Alright, that batch is in fermenting, and we will track that over to a secondary in about a week, and then the next week I'll bottle it, and then a couple weeks later I'll be tasting it. And this one smelled really good. I like stout beers anyway. This is an English stout, kind of like a Guinness, but it's an oatmeal stout, not a sweet stout like a Guinness. So we'll see how it comes out. I'm looking forward to it. Alright, you can't see me in this, but should another one of transferring from my primary to my secondary, just showing you how to rack it. Hopefully I will include this in the video this time. I've missed it before. Alright, starting my siphon, and there she goes. Slide it down to the bottom, and that's looking good. This is looking good. This is nice, dark. The stout, it ought to look dark. Alright. And I am not aerating it. During the first phase, when I was putting it from the kettle into my primary fermenter, I did a lot of aerating to get a lot of oxygen into it. At this point, we don't want to do that. We want to try to keep oxygen out of it. Alright, and we are almost all the way down, starting to suck a little air. And lots of stuff in the bottom of that. And at some point quick here, I am going to cut that off so I don't get any more gunk down into my secondary. So hopefully this will be nice and clear in another week. Down in there. And bring this up. Move you out of the way. And we have almost a full gallon here. This is good. This is very good. I'm very happy with how things have turned out on this brew. So this is now going to go back into my fermentation chamber, and it's going to sit for another week, and then I'm going to bottle it, and we'll show you that at that point. As I was cleaning up my equipment, I realized something that I wanted to tell you, especially with these plastic fermentation buckets. If you have a sponge like I do, that one side of it is a sponge and one side of it is a Scotch-Brite, do not ever use the Scotch-Brite on your fermentation, on your plastic equipment, because the Scotch-Brite will scratch it, and those scratches will never come out, and the little stuff can get in there, and you'll never be able to clean it. You completely ruin your fermentation bucket with just one application of Scotch-Brite. So be very careful how you clean stuff. Okay, I have here an English oatmeal stout, which is about ready to go. We're going to sample it right now, and we'll try to be quiet for a moment. Maybe we can hear a good pop of carbonation when I open it. Nope. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. Everything's coming out flat. It's got a little to it, little teeny bit. I really dump it, but it didn't sound real energetic when I opened it. Oh, a little smell. Doesn't smell bad. It's young yet. I think that's what its issue is. It needs to hang out for another couple of weeks before it's going to be really good, which we'll probably get that in a couple of weeks when I taste this versus its American cousin. Yeah, it just tastes young. It needs to age another couple of weeks, and then it'll be really good.